It is the Scarves. Well, let me start again because I think I just cut myself off by like 1 second. But
our intro.
It is just in time, Tyler. Just in time. It is the Scarves and Spikes pre-match show as Atlanta United gets set to take on Austin FC. Their first ever trip, Tyler and Tommy, to Q2 Stadium. Not their first ever match against Austin FC, but their first ever trip to Q2 Stadium in the Texas state capital. You know, the motto of Austin, guys, is keep Austin weird. Do we see something weird happen this evening in the Lone Star State? We will find out.
I think that was my high school motto.
in fairness, I think that's Portland's motto as well. Keep Portland weird, but I think Austin started it first. Who knows? Maybe something weird happens in Austin tonight. Guys, I do know this. It is going to be pretty hot in Austin this evening. I tweeted it out earlier, but kickoff temp will be around, I think, 91 degrees or something like that. So hydration breaks in the whole 9 yards will be in play. It is 97 right now. Obviously, the team has to warm up in the heat at this time. So I know we haven't really talked about the match in full because of fixing congestion, but first initial impressions on Austin FC and what might happen this evening.
Oh no.
Well, no. I just want to know what you guys, like, your first thought about what might happen tonight. I'm not asking for a prediction or anything like that. Just saying, what's your one word? What's your impression of what could happen tonight?
Well, that was my Matthew McConaughey type.
It was good.
Thing. Instead of all right, it's oh no. I'm worried.
Yeah.
That the road hasn't been kind to this team all season.
Home hasn't been kind to them all season.
No, you've gotten some results at home, but you just can't get anything going. And I guess it depends how you look at it. I've seen a couple of people like take a couple positives out of the last match. I don't think there was many, but now you're on a couple days rest. You've had to go fly home from Chicago to Atlanta, back to Austin. It's a lot of travel.
Yep.
I want to see what the lineup is because we've heard rumors that there's going to be some changes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how drastic. Now, when you say there's going to be some changes, there's pretty much a change every week. We've seen changes almost every game.
Yeah,
so what is it this time?
Yeah, no, exactly.
Feels like 103.
That's insane. Orlando City just scored. Luis Muriel, this 1-0 Orlando over Charlotte in the 8th minute. Charlotte has been on not in a good way over the past few weeks. That's Atlanta, but Charlotte looking at their 4th loss in a row. So
we can't trash talk anybody, guys.
We're not in a good place to really throw stones at other clubs, but just watching it back, I feel like Kalina could have done a little better with that ball. Just deflects off his hands and goes into the back of the net. So 1-0 Orlando. I think that's the first goal of the night, guys, from in MLS.
But not the last.
Tyler, what's your kind of impression of what we might see tonight in Austin?
Fuck it.
Nice kit, by the way.
I appreciate it. I wore this for a reason, not because the team is wearing it.
Oh, no, that's the Resurgence kit. I'm wearing the I'm not wearing the Resurgence kit. I'm wearing the
you get the Prematch like swimming pool kit or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
I like that one.
Exactly.
I did this because this is the match worn excuse me, it's time for a drink. The match worn come from behind win kit from the media match.
Oh boy. Like here we go.
Some good juju here to be had.
Yeah.
I'm doing everything I can.
Did you wash it?
Of course I washed it. This is the
second. Take it off. Second
time in a row.
You can't claim there's magic in a jersey if you wash it.
Second time in a row. I have been asked by one of my co-hosts after a media match if I washed the kit that I played. Savage? What is this?
I didn't wash my hockey jersey the entire 2007 Stanley Cup Championship, and I didn't play. I also didn't play.
If they were winning.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do something.
You just said you won with that jersey.
I
just
won.
said you.
The team didn't win.
Okay.
Whatever works. I mean, if Atlanta wins,
You got to catch them by surprise.
I
Throw the jab and hit them with the book.
every single time.
No, well, no. If they lose, we know exactly who it is. It's Mr.
Yeah,
Right.
Mr. Wash, Mr.
At
Downey
At least
over here.
somebody's trying something different. All right.
I went to the gym before the match. That's something different.
There you go. We're all doing something here.
Exactly.
I'm wearing the Scarves and Spikes tank top. So there we go.
Sun's out, guns out.
If you just joined, it will probably look like I'm flashing you, but
I was coming in at a weird time.
I know. Welcome to those of you who just tuned in.
After dark.
Right. Well, not quite, but
almost.
Twilight. What are your initial thoughts, Tyler, about this matchup?
I mean, I'll do the PG version because I said F it a minute ago. But I mean, it's either going to be both teams that have sucked at scoring goals that should be scoring a lot more goals will suddenly figure out how to score goals and we'll have a shootout. Or Atlanta's going to lose 1-0.
Yeah.
It's one or the other.
Yeah. Alonso Martinez just had a goalpost, or not goalpost, hit the woodwork. And I think it was Fagundes with the follow-up. No, it's somebody with the follow-up. But, yeah, I was listening to what you're saying. Just kind of taking a look at the other matches right now. My initial impressions are, Brett Stuver, their goalkeeper, is a pretty hot and cold keeper. I mean, on his day, he's one of the top keepers in MLS. And, I mean, on other days, he can't stop goals from going in. So don't quite think we know what to expect from Stuver in goal. Brandon Vasquez, of course, we're very familiar with him. In fact, Jack's saying Vasquez brace incoming, pending. So hopefully that's not the case. The heat will be obviously an issue. It's going to be very hot in Austin. It already is, but at kickoff it's going to be very hot. So that's something else that Atlanta has to deal with. But on the other side of the coin, Austin it's going to be hot for Austin FC too. And both players and both teams are going to have to deal with it this evening. So it's not just something that Atlanta will have to take a handle of. But yeah, it's a 9 p.m. kickoff. It's supposed to be 8:30, 8:40ish, but due to the heat, it's been pushed back tonight in case you all were not aware. So we'll be on kind of an extended period of time. This is our pre-match show / preview. We'll obviously have the lineups for you when they come out. And if you are not a Patreon backer, patreon.com/Scarves and Spikes, we're hosting a watch along. At 8:45 Eastern time tonight. So go there right now. Go to patreon.com/Scarves and Spikes. Sign up right now to become a Patreon backer, and you'll get yourself access to the watch along. So we mentioned changes could be coming to the lineup. We already know a couple of changes. One to the left back, one to right back, as both Amador and Lennon are missing. Stian Gregerson, of course, he is still out due to his injury. So that's 3 changes right there. But there's been some speculation about what those changes will be. What are some of the other changes we'll see in the lineup? Looking at a tweet from Joe Patry the other day, we've been calling for Miguel Almiron to start at the number 10, but Joe made a good point that it's not really helped the team at all. And Almiron's not delivering the service that he needs to deliver. And I don't know. He's just not been the player that Atlanta United, I'm sure, hoped he would be when they brought him back on that contract. I don't know if he's just getting back used to MLS, but I don't know if you make a change with him, not bench him, but he may be involved in the changes.
Name one player that's lived up to that.
Oh, no, exactly. But
own goal
is exceeding them all.
Own goal is having a tremendous season for Atlanta United, a
record season.
Yeah, but my point is this, right? The narrative was move Miggy to the 10, move Sub out to the right, and that'll unlock things. It hasn't really unlocked anything, and if we're being fair, we have to kind of hold Miguel Almiron to the same standard. I mean, I feel like we're not doing this. I don't think we're doing this at all, but I feel like because he's Miguel Marone, he kind of escapes some of the criticism that he may deserve. I don't want to make this all about Marone because, Tyler, you said it's a whole team thing, not just Miggy. But I don't know. Does he stay at the number 10? Do we continue to see Saba at right wing? I know someone said maybe Saba at wing back. Do we see that tonight? Yeah, we'll find out. And you have to also take into account fixture congestion. You're in the midst of 3 matches in 8 days, 3 matches in 7 days. So that's something else that Ronnie Dyla will have to think about.
I don't think anybody is absolved from anything. Like, I mean, we're talking about Almiron. And yeah, I mean, I think I said it. I was on Soccer Down here this morning, and one of the things I told them was like, you're going to change things. And I see in the chat like Tequila saying, you got a lot of games coming up. Dylan defending our boy. You're going to have to make some changes. At this point, you've got to do something drastic. You've got to do something different. If that means you just don't use Miranchuk for most of the game, and he's the one whose legs you decide to save, let Miggy have at it, see what he can do, change up the formation a little bit. Miggy is going to be more effective, I think, in my opinion, away from home compared to how Alexi is going to play away from home.
Why is
you've got to give Miggy the freedom to do what he needs to do. And then beyond that, you've got to figure out, are you going to go with a back 3? You have injuries everywhere on that back line. Are you going to stick with a back 4 and try to use Ronald and Matt Edwards the same way? But if you go out and you do what I said with Miggy this time and it doesn't work, then you do the opposite. You've got to use Alexi. You have to share the blame all over.
Sure.
I mean, it can't just be, that, this is Miggy's fault. He's not playing well.
No,
here.
I'm not saying that. No.
Alexi's fault, or he's not playing well here. Or, this is one of the insert 18 midfielders that Atlanta United has here. Like, it's got to be everybody figuring out what it is that they're going to do differently. And it's not just tactics. This is a mindset issue. Get your freaking head out of the gutter and go and play a good game of soccer. I don't care where y'all line up. I don't care if you line up with a 5 wide receiver formation and you all flush down the pitch. Like, I don't care. Just go have fun and play soccer and quit pussyfooting around and acting like you've never kicked a soccer ball before.
Well, but
that's what I want to see.
You say that, but yeah, I understand, but there has to be some tactics behind it, though, and that's Dyla's issue. You have, again, 3 matches in 7 days, so you have to take that into account, but you also have to take into account that the players that you have right now aren't living up to their abilities. So I agree with you there, but Dyla has to look at, okay, what's the best tactical fit for Atlanta United tonight? This is a team that hasn't won any matches in the past 6 matches. So, yes, you have to just play free-flowing soccer. You have to do all of that, but what is the tactical mindset behind it? And I think until Ronnie Dyla is able to find that out, you're going to continue to see this team not win.
And to answer that specific question, that's part of the reason why I say Miggy is the better fit here, because Miggy's going to run at a team who has been giving up goals. Like, Austin's not been great. They're having the same problems that Atlanta's had in terms of, like, they spend a lot of money, they can't score goals, and they're still giving up goals, which equates to a losing record. Now, they started off a little bit better than Atlanta did, but they've fallen off. And so I don't think Alexi Miranchuk is going to give you the aggression that you need to just go at a back line that's not confident at this point in time.
Yeah.
Miggy might not be the answer for everything, but Miggy is going to run at you like a bull in a china shop. And sometimes that's what you need. And if Alexi can get his through balls and his passing and all that stuff right, then absolutely, when you need to use him in that way to kind of play more of the, tiki-taka, kind of like free-flowing, passing through pressure kind of soccer, if he can get that right, then yeah, use him there. But this is not a team I think you need to do that with. This is a team that you just need to go punch in the face from the opening whistle.
I'm going to push back on you real quick. And Tommy, definitely jump in. But I'm going to push back on what you said about Miggy just needs to run at people like a bull in a china shop. His primary role for you right now is to create chances for your striker, Latte Lot. And right now, he's not doing that. and that's the point I'm trying to make.
He hasn't
And
been
that's
put
the
in a
point.
position hardly at all this season to do that, though. He's been thrown all over the place.
Where should he play, though? I mean, he
At
played on the
10.
wing. He played on the wing. People said move him to the 10. He's playing at the 10, which was the position he played in 2017 and 2018. Still not getting it done. So, I mean,
you're looking at chances as the statistic, not the terms, like in terms of an opportunity. Like if you look at the way that Miggy is at least progressing the ball up the field into the final third, getting the ball to somebody to try to do something, Miggy's doing that way better than Alexei Miranchuk is. Now, again,
sure.
I'm not saying this all to say that he's doing it great or perfect or anything. No, but he spent all of preseason in the first, I don't even know how many games, over on the right wing, not being a chance creator.
Yeah.
He needs to be the guy that's just going to run at people. Alexei's not doing it either in his own way. You only have two. I mean, as bad as it is right now, you don't have another number 10 to try. So one of them's got to get it right, or you have to have wholesale tactical changes. And if that's the case, you might as well just stick Miggy up top with Latte Loth as a straight up dual striker. I mean, I don't care. Like, and that's part of my frustration with the whole thing is like, do something totally different. Totally different. I don't care what it is. That's why I made the joke. 5 wide receivers. Let's go. Send everybody forward. I don't care anymore. Just do something different. Drastically different.
Tommy, what you got?
Do you even have time to prepare for anything drastically different?
I don't even care. Just tell them, go play soccer and see what you do.
Benteke,
I mean, that's the thing.
From DC, by the way, just to jump in.
What's that?
Christian Benteke just came off for DC United.
He came off?
20th minute, yeah.
I was going to say, if that man scored after I threw $20 on him last game, he did nothing.
You don't have to worry about tonight because he's off injured. So DC are screwed. That's my point. No, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, I was just going to say, like Ronnie has said, like if you completely change formation and everything, you're starting all over. And that's very difficult. And right now, you have just a few days between games to really go and try to get really super creative here and do something and actually make it work. And that's the thing. It's like, if you're going to try something here, you know, if it looks semi-okay, then you need to try it a second time. Try to improve on that. And they really haven't been having much success, so they just keep switching things up. And sometimes it's major, sometimes it's minor. Oh, I see the lineups are just popping up.
Well, let's talk about lineups. I'll read them out here before you. Yeah, I'll read them out here. So looks like a 3-man back lineup of Romulus and Cobb, Hernandez, Edwards, left wing backs, and right wing backs, Clayton Schleich in the midfield, Alexei Miranchuk at left wing, Miggy at right wing, and Latte Loth up top.
Wait, where's Saba?
Saba is on the bench. Saba's back
I'm out. No, I'm not kidding. Like this is ridiculous. Unless he's nursing something, but this is ridiculous.
Yes, it's pretty weird that Saba's not starting again. Like I don't know if Dyla just doesn't feel that Saba's not in his plans, but it's just very, very interesting why he's not in the 11. And I wish we would have had the opportunity to ask after the last match why Saba didn't start, but you know, you just get the feeling that he's just not following out the plans of Ronnie Dyla. Go ahead.
You go, Tyler, and then I'll yell.
This morning, John asked me, "What would your starting 11 be?"
Mm-hmm.
This was mine, all right? And it was close. Abram, Derek Williams, Noah Cobb.
And make it bigger.
Oh, there we go. Hey, look at that. That was supposed to be Jay Fortune, so we got one wrong.
Jay.
And then this was supposed to be Miyamba, so we got 2 wrong. Got the midfielders totally wrong. Ronald and Matt Edwards, so flip-flop those. And then I put Miggy over here, Saba over here, and then Latte Loth up top. Going back to what Michael Parker said a couple of weeks ago when I talked to him, he advocated for essentially a 3-5-2. Now, this is a little bit different. This is more of a straight up 3-4-3, really. But I mean, I think you're using your center backs where you need them, but I don't know that putting Matt Edwards in a kind of role where he's going to have to run all over the field back and forth is the way that's going to benefit him or the team the most, coupled with the fact that you have two guys in central midfield who are not the fastest. That's my concern. And then, yeah, of course, Saba. Like, I don't know, man. Whatever.
These are the kind of decisions that make players think that they no longer have a place in the team, in Saba's case. And I may be overreacting to it, but this is now, several matches in a row where he has not started. So I don't know what to make of it. Again, I wish we had had the chance to ask him after the Chicago game why Saba didn't start, but I don't know. Apparently he feels that Saba's best on the bench, or he just doesn't have him in his plans.
It's ridiculous. When you are in a slump and you need to get something out of it, you play your best players. Saba has been one of the best players on this team. Now, I understand it has been a rough season. It has been a rough season for pretty much everyone on this team, like Tyler said earlier. But if you need to get out of a slump, I am sorry. You need to play your guys. And he's not. And it's not. So if he's injured or anything, I apologize. I completely apologize that that's the scenario where he's nursing something and he's got to come in as a sub. But we have not heard that at all here, right? We talked about it when we were looking at the lineups on Saturday. Was okay. Well, yeah, they have a game, so Lennon's playing up there for this game, and then the next game, maybe they'll keep the same formation, and then Saba plays there. But that's not even the scenario here. I don't want super sub Saba here. I need 60, 70 minutes of a good Saba here. Now, does he think that maybe the Heat is going to exhaust everyone and then Saba comes in and scores a late goal? That's a great fan fiction if you want to write it. But still, I still think here that you need to play your best players when you are in this bad of a slump. And you're already out a bunch of guys in the scenario. You're out 3 starters. You have to play your guys. I understand Miguel Almiron. You need to play him, and he's a top 3 winger in this league. And
so that.
But man, I mean, then try Miguel on the left and try Saba on the right, and bench Alexi, because you said Alexi's on the left.
Yeah, left wing. I mean, didn't people say
on paper
a few weeks ago?
Yeah, on paper.
Yeah. But then people say a few weeks ago, why not try Alexi on the left wing? So
yeah, but I did not take Saba out of the game though. Like that's my point. Is like you need Saba. Like Miguel has had his moments, and he had to tap in a couple games ago, which was fine. But you still need your best player out there, and he's not playing.
I think the way that this plays out, again, the graphic is one thing. I think the way that you're going to see this play out is going to be more of like a 3-4-2-1. I think you're going to see Edwards and Hernandez told, like, y'all are going to have to go up high. You're also going to have to defend, but probably not to the same degree because you do have 3 center backs. You're going to see Matt and Ronald get higher up the pitch. Then you're going to see Almiron and Miranchuk cut in a lot. So it's going to play more like a 3-4-2-1, and everybody is going to be looking for Latte Loth. If this is how they play, for the love of all things, better see at least like 5 back post runs by somebody. I don't care who it is. I don't care who it is.
You fool. You
right?
expect that to happen?
If this is what you're going to throw out there, go do something with it. Please.
Montreal 1-0 over Columbus in the 29th minute. So, shocking result if it holds. Orlando 2-0 over Charlotte. FC Cincinnati.
Well, isn't Montreal ahead of us in the power rankings? The MLS power rankings.
No, they've looked good. They've looked good since Frioni came back from injury. I'll say that. Cincinnati up 1-0 in their match. And I think all the rest of the matches are scoreless. So just kind of take a look at things as they play out. Look up Petraza with the goal for Montreal, by the way. Just gets it past the reach of Patrick Schulte. So that's where you stand right now.
Said try something different.
Is it
I
too
just don't know
different?
if this is different enough.
I don't think it's different enough.
I'm curious to see how Alexi, like putting Miggy on the right's one thing because he's gonna. I know it's people are calling me. Like Miggy's gonna
Tell 'em
drift
you're
to the
busy.
right on his left foot and do things. Hopefully, Alexi is gonna be stuck out wide. Is he gonna try to be an actual playmaker? Try to send in some crosses with his dominant left foot, or is putting him out there just gonna completely negate him entirely? That's what I'm curious to see.
I hear Discord blowing up, so
I hope it's everyone yelling about
I don't know if
Saba.
it's us. I don't know if it's our Discord
I
or
mean,
not.
it absolutely is.
LA up 1-0 in Philly right now.
Oh my God.
Cuevas,
Atlanta's
31st
about to be
minute.
30th after this.
Wow. So 2 big results brewing in MLS right now.
I'm so upset. Tina, grab me a White Claw, please.
Hey, we're sponsored by Sweetwater Brewing Company.
Yes, I can't get it here. If I could, Sweetwater, come to me. Come to Tommy.
You can go to sweetwaterbrew.com to find out where you can get it. And by the way, thanks to Sweetwater Brewing Company for their support of Scarves and Spikes. You guys see how I did that?
I liked it.
You like that segue? And again,
I like that, but Tina, tear it off. She's not listening to me.
I was about to say it. Every time
Meatloaf and White Claw, please.
It's your food.
So when I first met Tina, Napoleon Dynamite was still kind of relevant, and I showed up to a date once, and it was like a shirt with it, and it just said Tina eat the food, and we just stared at each other, and then she laughed.
That's when you fell in love,
and that's how I met your mother.
By the way, again, patreon.com/Scarves and Spikes. If you don't support us on Patreon, we have 3 tiers: $1.17 a month, $5 a month, and $10 a month. So definitely go support us. And if you support us on Patreon, you will get access to our watch along, which starts at 8:45 as Cincinnati just almost went up 1-0 or 2-0 over TFC at BMO Field. So at least one result looks expected at this point. But yeah, full night of action, guys. Our first midweek match of the season. It feels weird to be sitting here and there are other matches going on.
It is a little odd.
Yeah, much less a 9 o'clock match going on for Atlanta United. So yeah. So let me ask you guys this. Talk about Saba. Again, 3 matches in 7 days. Is the decision to rest Saba and not start him being done with an eye towards Saturday against the Philadelphia Union?
If that's it, then he plays. If he is, then why didn't he play last Saturday? Why didn't he start last Saturday?
I mean,
because then you do look. I am an EAFC professional. Okay, I understand how the energy bars work. Okay, if you start them on Saturday, their energy bars are low on Wednesday, and then the following Saturday, guess what happens? Your energy's back up. Now, I'm not saying that that's 100%, but what I'm saying is it's 100%, and that's how it works. But I don't understand then. Then what was your long-term plan? If your long-term plan was just to play Saba the following Saturday and to not start him against Chicago, which is, in my opinion, was the more winnable game out of these ones, because remember, Chicago had not won a game at home since 1974. Then you should have been playing Saba as the starter in that game. But now he doesn't start on Wednesday either. Something's up. I sent my pigeon over to Pineda Island to see if he's currently over there. We will not know until the pigeon returns.
Right. When will the pigeon return?
Well, you never know. If Marcelino Moreno's still there and he's hungry, he just might kill the pigeon to eat.
If he shows back up, it'll be like 6:38 on Saturday. We'll find.
Yeah.
Here's my thing, and I see it in the chat. You don't have the luxury. You have not given yourself the luxury of resting anybody. You've dug yourself into this hole. You should be putting out the best lineup that you have, period, bar none. Period. And then you're going to do it all again on Saturday and freaking figure it out. You don't have any kind of leeway to say, oh, yeah, well, we'll let him rest. And that's not the case because like the whole conversation points to like something's going on, whether it's a lingering injury like Shonda Silva had for a whole year, we just found out about, or did he dig himself into Pineda Island, whatever it is. I don't know. You don't have the luxury. Your best players need to be getting trotted out right now, and they need to suck it up until you start banking some points. You can't do this. You cannot sit here and try to look forward to the next game when you can't even win the one in front of you.
Yeah, I mean, I know but that's easy for us to say sitting here, behind microphones. To just all have to suck it up. I mean, every coach has to kind of deal with it, like fixing congestion, and you have to put your players, yes, in the best position to win, but you have to look out for their fitness as well. So,
how many minutes did Saba play on Saturday?
I get it. What I'm saying is, yes, definitely, you have to look out for the team. You have to, put your players in the best interest. Put your best players out there to win. I agree with that, but if there is a fitness thing with Saba, we don't know. We'll find out, I'm sure, in due time. Hopefully, not before too long. Hold on, is LA about to go up 2-0 against the Union?
Screw LA. No. I need Atlanta United to get right. That's what I'm.
Philadelphia. Oh, Philly plays Atlanta United on Saturday. That's why.
Right. LA Galaxy, give them hell, please. But right now, we don't even know if Saba's going to be playing in the Philly game either because we're not playing our best players. It blows my mind, man.
LA, don't win too much. You don't want to upset Philly too much.
Yeah.
You can't make them too upset. So look, you can win, but just win by this much. Not this much, this much.
Outside of Saba, he's that's the only player. So let me ask you this: outside of Hernandez, Edwards, Cobb, who are out because of injuries, is this not your best set of players you have?
I don't think
this is your best players you have.
As it stands right now, I don't think Mateusz Klich needs to be in there over Tristan Miyamba or Will Riley for that point.
No, come on.
Will Riley was a killer in the game.
He's a dog. Pat McAfee would call him a dog.
He's played one match in MLS,
and he had some physicalities and a little spice.
That's one match.
He wasn't very nice.
Look at the other matches that have been played since then, though. Like nobody has any redeeming qualities to say they have to be in this game. Maybe Latte Loth because he's fast and at least he started off scoring goals. Maybe. Yeah. That's it. That's it. Like, man, I don't know. I'm getting pissed. This watch along tonight is going to be off the chain.
You're going to be on fire this evening.
I know, man.
You're just warming up tonight.
I know. I haven't had a drink yet.
I haven't had a gummy yet. That's what I'm waiting. I wasn't going to take one, but I haven't seen Saba. I need to calm myself down.
Jay Fortune on the bench? Come on.
It's on Twitter. Someone on X said, why doesn't Dyla rate Fortune? He rates him. He rates Fortune.
I mean, he's played. Yeah, I mean, he's been playing some games, and I mean, we've heard from multiple Atlanta United players, one playing with him and one that hasn't, that says Fortune you need to do whatever you can to get Fortune on the field.
Tyler,
they listened to him, and now he's like, nah. But again, I mean, he just played.
I'll give you that a Klich. I would put Muyimba in place of Klich. Klich, I feel like Tommy left. I feel like Klich started to become a little bit more evident that he benefited because of Christian Benteke. Hopefully, he is able to build that chemistry with Latte Lot someday. Hopefully he gets fit. But I'll give you that. But I did agree. It's a collective effort, and the collective hasn't been good enough for quite some time. So
I give you a weird idea.
Go ahead.
Is it hot and weird? Because that's the only way we're going to accept this.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This might be one of the hotter takes of the year.
What is it?
Oh, boy.
Mateusz Klich as the 10, as the dedicated number 10.
I'm out.
Told you it was hot. Don't get out of here just because it was so spicy.
You didn't say it was stupid.
Stephen A.
No,
Smith
hey,
in here.
No, there's evidence to back it up there. Get back here with your
Let's
White
move
Claw.
someone slower into that position.
Yeah, I'll
Hey,
say this.
he's playing better through balls than Alexei Miranchuk.
I'll say
Right?
this. I mean, we're kind of bantering with each other tonight, but I think
No, I was dead serious.
no, but
Neither so was I.
we all agree. Like the team has just been terrible, and you it just weighs on us as fans, as those that cover the team on a daily and weekly basis. We're like I said before, I feel like we just say the same things over and over again, and it's just terribly frustrating, especially those hit like us who have really followed the team for most, if not all, of their existence in MLS and even before. This is outside of 2020 the lowest this team has been in its history.
It's lower.
And, well, 2020 just flush out the window or throw out the
Dylan knows
window.
what's up.
I think most of the season I mean, I don't even want to go into these things, but like at least that year it was because you had your injury to your best guy, so you knew what you're getting into here.
Yeah.
You have most of your attack healthy, and it can't do a thing. I think it's just two completely different scenarios, unfortunately. But again, this goes to what I said on Sunday, that there is going to have to be some very bold decisions this summer. It can't just be you make a slight move here and things get fixed. I think it's got to be something bold to shake up this roster, because I don't see this team doing much until that summer transfer window opens. And if you want to make the playoffs, if you want to somehow sneak in towards the end again, then you can't wait for that move till the end of the window. You need to get that move ready as soon as you can to prep it, so when that window opens, you get some. And maybe you could do something what a Miami did and try to get a successful Leagues Cup run here, because that's when you do Leagues Cup. That's a completely hey, look,
it gets you into the Champions Cup if you win, or if you finish semifinals, or if you finish the finalists. So
Klich is the 10.
I mean, Garth and team says Garth is not capable of bold. I mean, the comment that he's made about working slow, okay, he did that for a very long time, and I understand why he did work slow, because you were still evaluating everything with this team, and you knew that you still had some time to do the big rebuild. Well, you did the big rebuild. You went into the season overly confident that everything was going to work. You were going to score goals. You were going to get results. And now that is not happening. So if you want to save this season, then you need to do so. You already punted last season. I don't want anyone to say that they didn't punt the season, because you got rid of 2 DPs and you did not replace them. You decided to wait until the following summer to you technically, I mean, you added Runchuk, so that was you brought one back. But you still left a lot open on the table then, and then you replaced the coach. Now this is all on Garth. Everything that has happened is on Garth Lagerwey now, and these are all his decisions packing into the season. So for him, he needs to figure out what is going on with this team. And do you fix it fast, or do you punt the season?
No,
do you punt the season again? I don't think you can either. But also, it needs to be good for the team long term. This can't just be a quick, a short fix. It has to be something long term here.
Jordan,
he can't be. I'm sorry. He just can't be what I think a lot of people are calling typical Garth Lagerwey, and he's called himself that. So I don't think that's saying something offensive, because he has told us, "I work slow." I'm sorry. You're at the bottom. You were at the worst part of this team as a franchise at this moment. So you can't work slow.
Really quick, Sydney, before you hit on Jordan's comment, I'll say it because I think I said it on MLS Monday. I said it this morning. Sometimes it's a very sobering thing to go pull up the Supporter Shield standings and look at where your team is in the Supporter Shield standings. Because
Don't do it.
if this were any other league in the world, Atlanta United would be in the relegation zone at this moment in time.
Right.
And that is awful.
Yeah.
Considering everything, that's awful.
Yeah, I agree. Jordan's saying who will score more tonight, Owen Wolf or Owen Cole?
Draw.
This was going to be the Wolf versus Wolf derby before Tyler Wolf got sent to RSL. So I was looking forward to that. I know the Wolf family had this match circled on their calendar. Well, maybe not because, but I know we're possibly looking forward to that possibility of the Wolves facing each other. They still will twice this season. This RSL plays Austin FC twice, but on Wolf, I mean, obviously, family has ties to the area, so we'll see.
Owen Wolf is currently, he's created the most big chances for Austin.
I was going to say, really come into themselves. There's something this year about sons of former U.S. national team players coming into their own this season. Sebastian Berhalter has terrific, very good form with Vancouver, and now Owen Wolf has had a good run of form for Austin FC. So maybe the sons playing out of the shadows of their fathers. Maybe all it took, guys, for Owen Wolf to come good is for Josh Wolf to get fired, his dad to get fired.
But, that's a legitimate thing now. Sometimes, having your parent in that kind of position, it's very easy to have, some things hold you back mentally from both sides.
Yeah. Is that why what happened with Bob and Michael Bradley? Or no?
Yeah. Then they both went over to, where was it, like Norway or somewhere?
Yeah.
I'll let go.
Stabæk.
Oh, yeah.
Guys, as we kind of get ready, move forward toward the get closer to the watch party here, watch along 8:45. We kind of walk through it, the remaining matches before Atlanta goes on this away stretch of 6 matches. So
why are we doing this again?
Well,
you did this to me on Sunday.
Let me ask the question. If Atlanta United come out this winless, these next matches winless, is Ronnie Dial the head coach on May 29th?
Yes.
You think he is? Tyler, do you think he is?
Yep.
I think so too, because I've mentioned this before, and I'll say it again. If nothing more than Garth Lagerwey saying, this is my guy, I'm throwing my support behind this guy because I hired him, and pulling the plug 13, 15, 16 matches into the season will do more harm than good. If nothing more than that, I think he does stay the rest of the season. I got a lot of flack by saying I'm not a fire the coach guy, which I'm not. And to those that commented and gave me crap for that statement, I'm standing by the statement. So is your opinion. I have mine too. But
I mean, I think he gets fired, but I don't think he gets fired then. I think he gets fired right at the end of that long road trip.
At the end of the road trip, you say?
That very long road trip. I do. If you can't turn things around, and at this point, all signs say no. If you can't do it, and that's what I was talking about with Garth Lagerwey, because people said, he's not in charge of it. Henderson is. I'll tell you, you can't take the GM out of Garth Lagerwey. You can't take the general out of Garth, because there's 2 G's. I don't know. That's stupid. But
sure.
He's the one that's got to make that decision about the coach. It's not Henderson. That's a Garth decision there, and it takes a person to have to go back on your decision that you made, because you take a chance on when you hire a coach, and you have to live by the results that he provides you. Now, do you stick with, and then that later starts going into your job, because people make mistakes all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, that happens. And again, I don't know if this is this is the mistake, or things are going to turn around. But as of right now, it looks like a mistake. The question for Garth is, if it is, when do you let it? How long do you hold on to him for? And that's the hard part, because if you hold on to him too long, that starts bleeding into your job, and then that could get you in trouble here.
Yeah,
I would respect him either way. Like if he moves on from him in right before they come back on that trip, I'm not upset about it. I'm glad that he moved faster than what I thought he would.
If Garth Lagerwey sees that Atlanta United have no chance of making the postseason, if they have a really bad road trip, I think he doesn't hesitate to make the move, because you'll have nothing to play for except play the kids and try to just get as many points as possible for your confidence. Stranger things have happened. I mean, I don't know how far the Sounders were back when Ziggy Smith got fired and Branch Betcher got promoted to the job. 2016, 2017 or something like that. But I mean, we've seen it happen in MLS. We've seen teams all the time have really poor starts to the season and then come back and turn it around the second half of the season. I mean, Orlando is the more recent example. Am I saying it's going to be quite a Orlando turnaround? I don't know, but you at least still have some time, not a lot, because we're already, 14 matches in, 13 matches in, to make that turnaround and get things back on track. It's weird to think about because the winless streak has been so long now, but there's still time to get right. But the longer you go without winning, the longer you go dropping points, the bigger hole you dig yourself in.
Word. All right. Well, I am going to go run.
I have one
and prepare. Oh, we got predictions too.
Oh, yeah. Yes, we did.
While you prepare the predictions, I have another question for you. Both of these. I need answers. I do need answers. And anybody in the chat, because I need to take some of the disappointment out of the vibe around here. So I need some nostalgia. I need y'all to pick 1 through 4. Which one?
Oh, can you zoom in?
Oh, well.
Hold on. Let me zoom in myself.
So I never owned a game. I didn't have a lot of the Nintendo systems. I didn't get the 64 or the GameCube. I was more of a PlayStation.
Yeah.
I think it's 4 for me, because that's a pizza, and my favorite Doritos are the orange Doritos, even though I'm allergic to them. PlayStation. I don't like Grand Theft Auto.
You only live once.
What are the games in the top right? Fallout,
Halo 3 and Fallout New Vegas.
Ooh, Halo though. I don't like Grand Theft Auto.
I'm with Tommy. Throughout GTA, I'll play Crash and maybe trade in Madden for number 4. Trade in GTA for Madden.
Yeah, overall, I would take 4. I do like the Orange Mountain Dew, though. I don't see that option anywhere.
See, for me, like, I love the GameCube. Sunshine, Mario Sunshine was off the chain, but the rest of that doesn't do it for me. Nothing else.
Mario Sunshine?
Oh, that game was a banger. Don't even.
What was Mario Sunshine?
It was like the next best thing to Mario 64. You just said you didn't have Nintendo systems.
I had the last system I had was Super Nintendo, and then I got the Wii's, and then I got the
number 3, the 64 with Mario Kart and Super Smash Brothers. That's a classic.
Yes.
And
but isn't that a peanut butter and jelly sandwich?
It is. So
yes,
you know what my peanut butter. You know my peanut butter phobia is.
But man, number 2 with Halo and Fallout. That's hard. And like, is that like a Quiznos sub?
Subway sub or something.
What is the yellow thing in number 4?
Mellow Yellow.
Yeah, Mellow Yellow.
Oh, okay.
And like number 1's got Funyuns, dude. Get out of here with that. It's got a weird Mountain Dew that nobody's ever heard of.
Tina loves Funyuns.
Yeah.
You do your wife no favors on this show. All right, that's fair. Ariel, 2. Okay, yeah. See, there's some good, some good arguing here. I like that. We needed to change it up a little bit. I'm sorry. I just saw this and I was like, "This is good."
We need to spice it up. It's not very good.
Halo 2 was goated for sure.
All right, predictions. What do you guys got?
3-0 Austin.
Oh my gosh.
1-0 Austin.
I'm going 1-0 Atlanta. I have faith.
I've been there, man. I've been there. We'll see you soon. We'll see you soon.
Yeah.
We'll see you soon on Sad Island, on Sad Saba Island.
I'll throw this out there. Last thing, and then we can.
Yes.
Because Ariel had a good question a minute ago. If they do win in that universe, if they win, where do they? What is the ceiling at that point? Is it a one and done? Like, cool, we won, we got everybody's hopes up, and then we're gonna poop on it all on Saturday?
No, I think this. If they win, I think that's a great jumping off point because I feel like a lot of times all it takes is just the one win to flip your season around. And I think Atlanta United can, once they get one out of the way, they can say, hey, we've won one. Yes, it's one, but it's a lot better than 0. So let's build on it. Philadelphia's coming in, who we know is going to be a tough team, possible top 4 team in the East. This result tonight, notwithstanding, I understand they're heavily rotated this evening in preparation for Saturday. You can come in instead of saying, man, we still aren't winning matches. You go in and say, hey, we got one out of the way. Let's try to string together a little winning streak here. And even if we don't win, if we play Philadelphia really well, if we could come out with a result, you have a little confidence going on this road trip. So that's where or not coming out on this road trip, but we have a little confidence as this 3-game homestand begins. So that's where I come out on it.
Bold move, Cotton. I hope it works out for you.
Chris is the sole one in the chat that believes Atlanta is going to win, along with Sydney. Everybody else thinks it's Austin taking the day. Everybody else, please be nice to each other. We love you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's no reason to fight about this. I mean,
don't make us ban you.
No, we're not banning anybody.
I'm kidding.
Like,
I'm kidding.
like he's like, you know
we
what?
just judge.
I'm going to beat both of you.
Now, if you want to play Mario Party or Halo 2 or any of those games, then yeah.
Y'all want Grand Theft Auto people for real?
No. But my buddy Bednar, if you just see him play, like it's just like you just see him yelling at the TV. I'm like, I can't do that. I play Spider-Man though. Because Spider-Man's kind of like Grand Theft Auto, open city. You got to go save a bunch of people, and
well, you're not saving many people in Grand Theft Auto, to be fair. But I get what you're saying. I get where you're.
Well, it's like open world, all that. I don't know. I don't want to drive around in a car and kill hookers. That's not Tommy. No, I didn't play that. I'm a nerd.
Yeah. We have a watch along, guys, on Patreon. So patreon.com/Scarves and Spikes to get you access to that. We're going to jump out of here and start in about 6 minutes or so. So
I got to go put pants on. I got to go.
Yes, hurry up. You have time
or
to
drink.
Yeah. Again, 9:10 start from K2 Stadium in Austin. Are we doing 3 takeaways? Are we doing spaces after the match? I know it's a school night, a work night.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Stay tuned. We'll let you know, but we are doing our watch along.
If it is, it's going to be short.
Minutes. Yeah. But
join us on Zoom.
Yeah. Hop on over. If you're Patreon, you have the link. If not, patreon.com/Scarves and Spikes. Big Daddy
I'm gonna go look
at fire, run the aisle to the sun.
All right, I'm going to look at the Falcons schedule. I'll see you guys.
All right. Thanks for watching, everyone. Go Bills.
See you.
See you next time.